I think generative AI specifically is going to have a huge impact on testing specifically. And I think testing is one of the low-hanging fruits, significant, mainly because in the entire SDLC, testing has always been the first area which has gotten impacted, or where innovation has happened. So I think that trend is definitely going to be continuing. There is obviously a load of, I don't want to use the term hype, but there are a lot of exciting things which are happening. So every day, and if you're on Twitter, and if you follow some Twitter trends or Twitter threads, at least in my Twitter feed, my top tweets every day are around, what's new happening in generative AI, what has Midjourney dropped recently, what is happening with ChatGPT, etc. With all of these things, testing becomes the first as well as the last line of defense. The things that you're creating using generative AI models, are those fit for purpose? So that's where testing becomes important. You are creating applications on generative AI. Are those the right things? Testing the LLMs themselves, again, is something which becomes very important. So those are some of the changes that I predict is going to happen for for testers. How do you really look at this new technology, new beast? How do you, I wouldn't say get it under control, but how do you equip yourself to use this better? Things like prompt engineering. How do you do it in a more effective way? Those are all the things that are going to happen as far as quality engineering is concerned. Obviously, there is this entire expectation that productivity is going to just zoom through the roof. You will not need humans anymore. Everything is going to be autonomous. Machines. So every desk will now not sit an individual. You'll just have machines and bots scurrying around the entire place. So that's the height of expectations. Next couple of quarters, I think, are going to be extremely exciting to see what really happens, because I think somewhere if you look at the typical Gartner's hype cycle, the trough of disillusionment is going to come a little bit sooner rather than later as compared to other technologies. But then once some of the glitches get sorted out, that's when the real fun will begin, in terms of how do you really master this to ensure that you're able to get the maximum benefit out of it, use it along with the human that you have, and really make sure that you have output which is fit for purpose, output which allows you to save time, allows you to become productive in ways that you possibly hadn't even thought about earlier. That's a little bit of the way I think things are going to move.